Does a Christian ever get to retire? Welcome back to Wretched. Can you stop working at any point in your life and just rest? That is the question that Hugh Welchel raised, trying to help us think through the issue biblically. Here's what he had to say. The only place in the Bible that mentions anything like retirement is found in Numbers 8:23 through 26. Rexella, God tells Moses that the Levites, the priests who were charged with serving God by doing much of the work in and around the tabernacle, were allowed to begin their work at age 25 and work until the mandatory retirement age of 50. However, these retired priests did not pack their bags and spend the rest of their lives at the beach in Tel Aviv, which I understand is very nice. They were expected to take on the role of assisting the younger men in performing their work. Being a priest was not lightweight work. It required a lot of heavy lifting. And so God gave orders for the Levites to stop with the heavy labor, priest work, at the age of 50. But they didn't stop working. They started helping and assisting. I wonder if that's something that we could apply to the subject of retirement. More from Hugh Welchel. In his commentary on Numbers, Adam Clark states, they were no longer obligated to perform any laborious service, but were to act as general directors and counselors, because they had wisdom. This helped the younger men assume more responsibilities, and it allowed the older men to be in a position to advise and counsel them. That is what the Bible teaches us about retirement. But what does the Bible show us? All the other examples in the Bible are of men who worked most, if not all, of their lives. 4 examples. Number 4, John the Apostle served and wrote into his 90s. Number 3, Moses was 80 years old when he went to Pharaoh. That's when he started working for the Lord and asked for the freedom of the Israelite slaves, and he continued working until he died at age 120. Number 2, Daniel was probably in his 80s when he was thrown into the lion's den. I thought he was just a boy. And finally, in Titus chapter 2, Paul instructed the older men and women to teach younger people how to behave through their example. So what do we do with these 2 bites of information? There is an instance of sort of retirement in the Bible. On the other hand, we see men working their fingers to the bone until they die. Here's what Hugh Welchel wrote. Today, if a Christian is fortunate enough to supply for his or her needs without receiving a salary, he or she may retire from their job or career at any time. However, a Christian never retires from serving God through his or her vocational call. While we may have moved into a new season in our lives, God still calls us to grow and invest our gifts and talents in the work that He is doing in the world and in the local church. For many, retirement may give them new ways of working towards the kingdom, be that in paid work, in relational activities, in voluntary commitment, or in the ministry of prayer. If you've been thinking about calling it quits, please never stop working for the kingdom. In Great Britain, a woman was just taken to court for committing the high crime of sharing her faith in the workplace. One more sign, the window of opportunity to preach the gospel freely is closing. We want to take advantage of the open window we have and reach more university students with the gospel than ever before. Our campaign is called Rescue the Perishing. Would you please support us in our effort to preach the gospel to these very confused, very hurting, and very lost kids? If you can support us any amount, we would be profoundly grateful.